And today I am going to be reviewing my Street Fighter Chun figure. And yes, that is actually her name. I looked it up. I'm not just making that name up. So there's a couple of reasons why I got this. And I'll explain before I give you a look at the box. So the couple of reasons why I got this are back a few years ago when I think it was Legacy Wars first came out, Power Rangers Legacy Wars. JDF, CIARA, HANNA, and a couple of other guys which work with Bat in the Sun as well, because this is actually a Bat in the Sun idea, this figure. So what they did was they did kind of a short, it's kind of a short film, but it's pretty much like a trailer really, about Street Fighter in the Legacy Wars game. So it had CIARA, HANNA, JDF, and the Ryu, the normal Ryu, the one in the white, against BISON, who's the main baddie in Street Fighter, and the evil Power Rangers, basically. So really the only reason why I got, well, it's not the only reason to be fair, but that's the main reason. Plus, it's kind of a unique Power Ranger figure, and I kind of really like it because they've not done anything like this version of a Ranger before. They've done the Ryu Ranger, so that's the reason why I got this. And also JDF was the Green Ranger, but he was the Bat in the Sun style Green Ranger, not the normal style Green Ranger. And CIARA HANNA was both her Rangers, so she started off as MEGAFOCE and then switched up to be Super MEGAFOCE. And the girl who played Chun she wasn't a Ranger, she was a civilian because, well, I'll tell you a little bit more about the story and then I'll move on to the figure. So the whole thing with this thing was NINJOR had been kidnapped by BISON and Rita, and that was to kind of bring JDF and the others to BISON's lair as kind of an ambush sort of thing. And that's when BISON appeared and basically started beating the crap out of them. So that's the main reason, and I really do hope they do bring the rest of these figures out. I know it won't be till after their Hasbro's short pause of the Lightning Faction line. The reason I'm saying short pause is because that's the word they used. So I'm just using what they used. So I'm kind of hoping they'll bring out the rest of them when they come back. So they've got BISON, the Blu-ray, hang on, get my tongue working, the Blu-ray, right, the Blu-ray to bring out, and BISON. But that's the whole reason why I got these, really, and I can't remember the name of the rest of the cast members, but what I will do is I'll put it in the description below. So anyway, I'll give you a turn around of the box now. So you have a great picture of her on the front. Coming round to the side, you get a picture of her again with her civilian head on, although she doesn't actually have a civilian head. And they're just using the same, just using the Street Fighter style boxes. Coming round to the back, you get a picture of her and her accessories. Which is great. And again, coming around to the side, you get a picture of her in kind of a fighting pose with her helmet on. And around to the front again, she's doing a kick with her effects piece. Now, it is very hard to do these kicks with the effects pieces. I know, because I've tried doing it with my Ryu. So I do know that's quite hard to do. And by the way, as you can probably see, and I've already said, this is a Lightning Faction figure. So this is by Hasbro. Now the one thing that I wish they could have done is do a civilian head. I thought that would be great, because it would kind of go with the continuity of pardon me, the Rangers having civilian heads. So I do wish they'd given her one a short head. Hang on. A civilian head, guys, I'm not being rude. But yeah, and I also love the design of these boxes. Unfortunately, as I said, I don't have the room for these boxes. The one thing I do wish they had done is put the Fight in the Sun logo on here, but I'm not going to go into the whole saga between Fight in the Sun and Hasbro and all that, because that's nothing to do with this figure. So anyway, let's get her out of the box, shall we? So I have her out the box now. Now I'm not going to pick her up because she is a bit of a pain in the proverbial pick up. Sorry, to get to stand up, not to pick up. But she looks absolutely fantastic. And also the tassel moves side to side on her head, or helmet I should say. But she looks absolutely amazing, she really does. Pinless body, which I like. The gold is a pretty good gold on the shield. It's not that cheesy gold, which is a relief. I mean, it's not as gold as I would like it to be, but it's definitely not that cheesy gold, that's for sure. But yeah, the tassel moves on her helmet. She's got pretty good removability, with some restrictions because of the shield. Which I think, and I will check this and I will let you know, I think her range is called Blazing Phoenix, but I will check that and I will let you know. But she's absolutely fantastic, and I love the colour blue, I really do. And if you look at her outfit on the Back in the Sun short film I was telling you about at the beginning, her outfit looks exactly like this, minus the helmet and the shield. Because she didn't have the helmet and the shield. But yeah, she's absolutely great. I do wish though she'd come with a civilian. Talk, Arran. Sorry guys, my mouth won't work. I do wish she'd come with a civilian head. So far I wish that Ryu would come with a civilian head as well, which would have been great. I mean, look, you can't ask for everything. At least she got it, but in my opinion it would have been great to have a civilian head for her and the Ryu figure. Especially considering on the box, which I think is on the back or the front, or maybe even on the side, they do have her civilian face on there from Street Fighter, which I find weird that they've got it on the box but not actually giving you a civilian head. So I do wish they'd done that. But I love the way she's a pinless body figure. And she has the kind of new legs, as they call them. They're more muscly, shall I say. Not a ton more muscly, but they are a little bit more muscly. Now, I'm not going to go through the articulation because it's the same as all the other female figures, bar the shield. So I'm not going to go through the articulation. I've had her for quite a while now, and only just getting around to reviewing her. But yeah, I'll show you the accessories now. So she comes with her own stand, which is quite cool, and I think Hasbro could be releasing stands with all their figures when they come back round, but I don't know. But her effects piece can go on the top here. You need to be careful of this top piece though, because it is quite fragile. And if oh yeah, and they come in two different pieces, and I'll hold it like this so you can see. This is the bit that goes actually into the stand itself, and you may notice it has a slight curve in it, but that's intentional. I'm not sure why they've done it, but it is intentional. But I don't know why they've done it. And this is the bottom half of the stand, and the pole bit goes in there. She can stand on these if you want her to, but personally I wouldn't have her standing on these because two reasons. You couldn't really use the effects with her standing on these, so you couldn't use the effects piece. I mean, you could, but it'd be very difficult to use. And also, I found when I was messing around with this a while ago that it is quite difficult to get her to stand on these pegs. It's almost like the pegs need to be a tiny bit longer. Because it is quite difficult to get her to stand on these. Now, the reason I said I had a look at these before is this is actually my second time of shooting this review. So, onto the hands now. It looks like a kind of high five hand, or five fingers to the face hand, and she did do a pose like this, to be fair, in the Legacy Wars short film. But I'd say one of the coolest things with these hands is you can make it look as though she's clapping. So you can do that with this hand, which is, and again, she has the same hand for the other side. Exactly the same hand, and she also has the hands that are on her, which are fist hands, I believe, and the effects pieces are, no, she has three here. And I know they probably have names, and excuse me, or please forgive me, because I don't actually know the names of these, but But I do love this blue. This kind of looks as though she shoots it at someone, to be fair. But I do love the blue on these. They're quite thick as well, so you're not easily going to break these. Not that I suggest you do break them, of course. I'm just saying that it would be quite difficult to break them. And they are slightly see-through as well. Now, this next piece is a lot thicker than the other one. Again, it's a nice blue. It's some kind of effects piece, I'm not sure what one. But if I hold it a different way, you can see here. So, like I said, it's really thick, you're going to find it hard to break these. And the last piece is this piece, which I believe, and I could be wrong on this, is when she says the, hopefully I get this right, the Hadouken bit. This is really thick. This is like, you can't bend this at all. It's completely solid. And also hollow. But yeah, I do love the blue on this. And that's what I think mainly these stands are for, is for these. But let's see if we can get her in the pose, shall we? So we got her in a pose, which wasn't easy because she kept falling over. We are using part of Hasbro's stand to stand on, but personally I think I would use one of my, if I'm gonna get her in a kind of pose with the effects pieces, I think I'd use one of my stands rather than Hasbro's ones. But what I probably would do is, I do have these like round stands. What I probably would do if I wanted to pose that in a way with the effects piece, I'd have her standing on the flat stand and the effects piece on Hasbro stand in front of her, so it looks like she's doing the shooting thing or even the kicking thing. But yeah, she's a great figure. And actually ignore what I said about the fact that she doesn't go on Hasbro stand in the video, because I said she didn't go on there. She does, because she's on it now. It's just not easy to get her on there. It's a bit of a pain in the arse to get her on there, to be fair. And I do love her, I really do. And I hope they do the rest of them. And I will put the cast of the Legacy Wars trailer down below. But I really do hope they continue on with this, at least to complete the thing that was on the trailer. I just want the ones that were in that trailer with JDF. That's the only reason, really. Now, just before I end, I'm gonna give you my rating on this. Now, personally, I absolutely love this figure. I really do. But I can see one downfall with this, and it's not actually even the figure that has the downfall. It's the weight of the effects pieces. It's just too heavy for her. At least on Hasbro stand, maybe if I use a different stand, it'll work. And when I do eventually pose her, I will show you how I posed her and what stand I've used. But be honest, I absolutely love her. Despite the downside, the detail of the suit is phenomenal, more phenomenal, sorry guys. I really do love it, and it's actually the same suit she wore pretty much in the Legacy Wars, but with the shield and with the helmet on. Whereas in the Legacy Wars short film, she didn't wear, or she didn't have a shield, and she didn't wear a helmet. But she did have the tassels. So yeah, I'd say because of the issues with the stand, what did I give her? I think I'd probably give her a 8.5 out of 10, I think. Which isn't a perfect 10, which I normally give my figures, but I think because of the issues with the effects pieces, I think she only gets 8.5 out of 10, which, to be fair, is still a great score. And I don't dislike the figure at all. In fact, I actually love the figure. This is the one crossover that Hasbro have done that I do like. No, sorry, 8.5 out of 10 for this figure. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Obviously, I really like this figure. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.